I think K-Line was better. K-Line was better. He's a Hall of Famer. Dwight Evans was not. Dwight Evans had a great arm. Roberto Clemente might have had the greatest arm from right field. Jesse Barfield had an unbelievable arm. Dave Parker had an unbelievable arm. So those are just a few names, but that's good. I mean, I love that context. The Lions had the unfortunate luck of Eric Andlusek as well. He was the other offensive lineman.
Right.
He was cutting his grass.
92?
I don't know. I forget the year, but he was cutting his grass, and a truck ran up on the lawn and hit him.
Oh, wow.
So that was awful. Somebody said Barry Sanders behind the Hogs, he would have rushed for 3,000 yards in a season.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I agree.
That's an excellent point. I remember watching the Lions of the Silverdome, and the moment he touched the ball, everyone stood up. That might be the best comment I've read. It is almost like a shootout in hockey, or maybe the encore of clicks. Everybody stands up, and they're like, okay, this is what I'm seeing next. I can't wait. This might be the last time. It's pretty awesome.
If I'm being honest, that's more so where I was going with the conversation of LaDainian. Like, look, I watched LaDainian at TCU. I watched LaDainian his early career in San Diego when I was in the league. I was in college. Once I got to the league, I still was watching him. His infamous year when he broke the touchdown record, which was 31 and 32. That was my rookie year. So this is my introduction to the NFL. Was that? So he is the amazing player. But when he came to the Jets, and I understood it's year 9 for him. Year 9 for him. Let that sink in.
Yeah.
Year 9 for him.
Yeah.
There were no moments like, for me, I'm not a guy that watches, whatever. Like, I'm a guy that's in the game.
Okay.
I was looking to have moments where I was watching LT and forgetting the block or forgetting to do something because this was that. I didn't have but 2 of those moments. And it's no knock. It's just the truth. Yeah. I remember watching that 9th year for Barry. Every moment to that point. That's a hell of a comment. Every moment, especially if you're in Pontiac. Every moment at the Silverdome. I missed the wind tunnel, by the way, but every moment in the city, I missed that wind tunnel. I don't know what it was, but the wind tunnel, every moment you're waiting when 20 gets the ball because you know it's going to happen. And if it's not this play, it's the next play. And if it's not the next play, that third play is going to be something crazy. Right. Like, that's not what you got out of LT in year 9 for me.
So there's a few things that come to mind. You're right. I mean, the Silverdome was not great, but it was our.
It was ours.
It was our trash can.
WrestleMania 3 stamped it.
Going to the Silverdome growing up is why I'm a Lions fan. Just being there and seeing that and feeling that, I could never turn my back on that team.
And not just for the Lions either, by the way. For the Pistons, who played there.
In the beginning, in 87, 86, 87.
87, even before then. 87, that's when they had the largest crowd in history against Boston. I was there. Me and my buddies were there for the 88 finals. We tailgated outside the Silverdome and went and watched Detroit, unfortunately, lose to Los Angeles in 7 games. They got totally screwed. But I digress. But a couple of things there. I agree with you with the Silverdome. It was a special place. It was so loud, and Barry made you. There's no way you're going to the bathroom. There's no way you're going to the concession stand when Detroit's on offense. It's just you're an idiot for doing that. I think it's because we had nothing else that. In addition to him being super and a superstar, we had nothing else. We knew the team wasn't that great. I liked Benny Blades. I liked Jerry Ball. I liked Chris
Jerry
Spielman,
Ball, number 93.
I loved Robert Porcher and Lomas Brown and all those guys. But when you can say our guy's the best, I want you to think about this for a minute. How many times in this city's history can we say we've got the best player in the sport?
1, 2.
Who are you counting?
You said what?
I said you said 1, 2. Who are you counting? I just want to make sure I'm not going to be thinking the same one.
I'm counting the person who is the reason why the NHL went on a strike in the first place.
It's true.
And if you don't want to give him more than 1, 2 years, he still got the 1, 2 years. I'm talking about Sergei Fedorov.
Yeah, Mario Lemieux, Wayne Gretzky, I would say we're better, but he's in the conversation. He's in the conversation. Basketball, I love Isaiah Thomas. But he's overshadowed. We all know by who.
Magic, Bird, and Jordan.
Okay, all those guys. Nobody considered him the best at what he did.
Fair.
All right?
That's fair.
Whether you like John Stockton or not, many people felt like he was as good a distributor.
Verlander.
Okay.
That's who I was going to say.
Okay. That's a really good one. I didn't go there, but that's a good one. Cabrera at his peak.
Triple
okay.
Crown.
All right? Triple Crown.
I'm so mad he got hurt in that second Triple Crown pursuit because people don't give him the credit because they don't understand the injury. He would have easily won the Triple Crown. I mean, injuries happen, so it is what it is. But he would have won a back-to-back Triple Crown, which hadn't been done or never. Like, I digress.
I guess my point is it's not that many. I mean, we're not going back to Ty Cobb, who's arguably the greatest hitter of all time. Ted Williams is in that conversation, of course. But that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Our lifetime, there's not that many. Barry Sanders was that guy. So we actually were able to walk around with a Lions jersey and be able to say, we've got the best there is in the sport. We may not be good as a team, but we are great at one position, and he is the best. And I think that meant something to a lot of people, all right? Speaking of the Lions, there's a recent New York Times article out that talks about the breakout candidate for each NFL team. They have Terrion Arnold for Detroit. I immediately thought of you because of this reason. I actually thought he had a good year last year. I know it was a struggle. However, I think playing cornerback in the NFL, from talking with players and coaches over the years that I've covered it, is the second hardest transitional position in the NFL. Quarterback 1, cornerback 2. I thought he got better as he went, and I think when he's as close to receivers, I know he got a lot of PIs early on, at least he was in the position.
Yeah.
There's something to be said for that. He got a little handsy. Alabama teaches their corners that way. He got a little handsy. What's your definition of a young corner and how you want to see him progress in these certain areas?
I think Terrion Arnold could take a huge jump this year, and it wouldn't even necessarily be a big jump from where he already is. And what I mean by that is the perception of the season he had last year, people don't take into account what the defensive line was. You get a lot of holding calls when your team can't rush the quarterback. When your team can't rush the quarterback, DBs have to guard for now 5.5, 6, 7 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, that is impossible. I don't care if you're guarding the fifth guy on the team, you can't cover him for 7 seconds. It just won't happen. So I think they'll be better on the defensive line this year, so that'll naturally help him out. You're right. He made a lot of plays. He was in a lot of good spots. He comes from that Alabama, and they have a lot of players on there. Nick Saban teaches a type of ball that you want guys from that stable. I just want to see a lot less penalties. I just want to see a lot less penalties this year because I believe he'll have what he needs. I believe he has the coach that he needs. I believe he has somebody on the other side, too, that can help him. And DJ Reed. DJ Reed was nice. And he gets a lot of penalties, too. Yeah. But I think now he's in a teaching role. I think now he's in a mentor role. I think now he'll take what he learned over the last 7 years in the league. I think he'll be very helpful to Terrion Arnold. Terrion Arnold can prove – Brad Holmes, he doesn't make too many mistakes. And I think moving up just far enough to get Terrion Arnold, not necessarily moving all the way up to go after a certain DB that now plays for the Philadelphia Eagles, Quinyon Mitchell, I think it may prove to be a good move with the defensive line and with DJ Reed being on the opposite side.
I love that. I think DJ Reed was a great, and I try not to use that word very often, a great offseason pickup. I thought it was fantastic. Could there be another player in that conversation? Besides Terrion Arnold, who else would be that potential breakout candidate for the Lions? The beauty of what they've got going is they've got a lot of guys who have reps under their belt. So how many are quote-unquote breaking out unless you want to try to land that on a rookie? Because Brian Branch already broke out.
He broke out
already broke out. Those guys.
Jack Campbell already broke out to a certain extent. I mean, it's not sexy with Jack Campbell, but you know it's going to be productive. I don't know what.
Absolutely,
you know it's going to be productive as hell. So I love that about him. He's not necessarily trying to break out. I'm tired of the J-Mo. Does he break out this year? He's past the breakout point. Like with J-Mo, he would be the last guy, but I don't even want to put him in that conversation. We saw him get 1,000 last year. You know, so.
I was, shout out to KG. I was just about to say the guys like the Christian Mahoganies of the world are the ones that I'm looking at. In this rake straw from last year, remember when we were like, are they going to finally address, are they going to take another stab at the secondary? And they went and they got 2 cornerbacks. And we heard as soon as they put the pads on, the first player that they were absolutely glazing up, it was in this rake straw, and then the injuries happened. So I'm looking forward to seeing in that secondary what exactly is he going to be, because they've mentioned his name several times throughout the offseason.
Can you be a breakout player when you're the slot corner? or a special teams guy and you're not getting every down reps?
If your impact on the team is enough to where you see it, to where you hear it, to where you feel it, on the football sense of because I got a position too. It's like that. Like, can you be a breakout?
Mm-hmm.
Can you be a breakout an offensive lineman?
Oh, when you're Penei Sewell, when you're Joe Thomas,
Yeah.
when you're Jonathan Ogden, I think you're damn right you can be.
What about Ratledge?
As a rookie, I expect him to start. As a second-year guy, first he's got to sign. But
will.
as a second-round guy, I expect him to start. Is that a potential breakout, or are we kind of easing him in as a rookie? I don't. I suppose that depends on how we define potential breakout.
Yeah, it's different now because you're right. You're looking at Ratledge on one side. You're looking at Talik Williams on the other, and both of these guys are going to have the potential to carry a little bit more on their shoulders, especially with the Lions in that interior waiting for Lee McNeil to get back. I am looking at those rookies on those on both sides of the ball and those younger players to see how they step up and keep this train moving down the line because for all intents and purposes, for a few years, we knew, like without a shadow of a doubt, what's the strongest position group on this team was offensive line. Now you're looking at
It's not now.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And so now when you're talking about how much can you say if a rookie can break out or not? He's going to have to, in my opinion. He's going to have to go out there and put something up for this offensive line to continue to be one of those strengths.
Absolutely. I mean, one of them is, I don't know if it's Miles Frazier. I don't know if it's Christian Mahogany from a year ago who got, a couple of snaps here and there. I don't know if it's Tate Ratledge. I do think perhaps one of the most important players going into camp might be Graham Glasgow, just because I don't want 3 brand new guys on the interior of my offensive line. That'll scare the living daylights out of me. You know what I mean?
That's a good point. That is a really good point, man. When you talk about what's been the strengths of this Detroit Lions team, that's somewhere I'm like, I want that to still be it because what does everybody say? Jared Goff needs to be clean. Jared Goff needs to be upright.
Braylon said it earlier.
Yeah, exactly. And for everything that we've seen him do to be able to take that necessary step forward, we've seen him get better in the pocket. He can get outside. He can throw the ball in the dirt to avoid getting sacked and avoided some of those interceptions throughout the season. And I want to be able to see them continue that on. Keep this man upright. Keep him between the ears. Be able to have that IQ be what stands out more than having to think, is somebody hot on my trails?
Yeah, I don't worry about that, but he can't get the ball to Jameson Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta, Jameer Gibbs, David Montgomery. Can't get to any of those guys up front.